Hi, besties. I'm Polly.
And I'm Nicole.
And welcome back.
Welcome back
to Your Gay Bestie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about this season.
I'm so excited.
We
got our shit together.
I was saying earlier that we have karmic retribution from like all the shit that we've had to go through.
We deserve more than rights.
Yeah, we do actually. I'm just excited. I'm living life. There's nothing really.
I have nothing to report. Yeah. Actually.
Well, you have a lot to report, but not that much.
Not that much to report.
Maybe one day we'll get into it.
I mean, we could talk about it.
What's there to lose? What is there to lose?
There's actually nothing to lose. Yeah, we could talk about it.
Today or another day?
You want to talk about it today?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Why don't we just get into it now?
Okay,
so
I guess this is just an internal thought dump check-in episode to kick off the season. But yeah.
We usually come in here thinking like 3 or 4 things that we know we're going to talk about. But today we're just kind of freestyling it.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is...
Sorry, Polly, to put you on the spot.
is going through my notes app, but specifically my thoughts app. And these
her notes, I looked at the notes and it just says thoughts. And then she like took the computer because she didn't want me to read her.
They're like,
and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute.
My internal dialogue, bitch. I'm scared.
She's like, no. I was like, let's just like write it down. She's like, absolutely.
She was like, I can just read it off the computer. And I was like, I will have to call the cops. Like, even though but like we will have to call the cops after you know what goes through my head. But first, why don't you walk us through what you've been up to this past few weeks? What is like the biggest thing that happened to you?
Okay, so the biggest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm just kidding. A girly pop flew in.
She's flying bitches out.
Took an 11-hour flight to see me. I'm worth it though, okay?
The gayest shit I've ever heard.
Honestly, it was like a gay saga. I was like dating somebody in London and we were doing long distance and it started at like literally the new year. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Like we talked for 5 months. She took a flight out to see me and she met all of my friends.
She was nice.
She's an Aries, I'll say that. Maybe that means something to somebody.
I liked her, TBH.
No, I like her. Past tense.
Like, I mean, I'm sure you like her as a person. Like, you said that you would hang out with her. So.
I absolutely would hang out with her again.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd want to hang out with me again. But I would hang out with her on some friendship vibes.
Yeah. And I feel like that's all we could ask for at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like, sometimes things just happen and it doesn't pan out the way that you think it's going to pan out.
But it's a funny story.
But it was...
and now,
I've never had a bitch fly out to see me.
That's crazy, bro.
And so I guess I know my worth now.
Yeah. If you're not flying an 11-hour flight, what are we?
Exactly. She was here for 3 days.
Which is so insane. I thought it was like, just make it a week or something.
I'm glad it wasn't.
Okay, but like, I'm the bitch that would be like, I just need to have my alone days.
That's what I think. I like, looking back at it, I was like, I felt like she was like pressuring me to like stay with her. So obviously we stayed together, but like, I was like, maybe it would have been better if like I stayed at home and you had your own space and like it seemed like it was like.
Well, I would want to stay with the person that I was coming to fly all the way here, bitch. But like,
I'm like, no, like, just avoid that.
You know, like it could be like, oh, I'm going to the gym, and you like, or like you like do whatever.
Yeah,
you know? Just like I'm okay exploring by myself. You know,
I also feel like very fine and comfortable like going off by myself.
Yeah, you guys had some good memories.
Yeah, it was good. Like I would be her friend for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because like I've never done a long distance anything.
Yeah, long distance things are not for the fucking weak, like honestly.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're weak. You are strong.
I'm weak.
No.
Maybe I'm weak,
bro.
No, but yeah, long distance was like, that was a new thing for me. I did like it though. Like I like having like separation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my attachment style screaming out right now. But
you're
like,
avoidant attachment style.
Yeah. So it was like interesting because like obviously I've never done long distance, but also like to like know somebody on FaceTime and like like through texting all the time and
like you never met her before in person either.
Yeah, and
that's
so like
different.
When she came to see me, like that was the first time we ever met, and so I felt like it's almost like like an online relationship, and then they come to see you and like what if the person's not how they were when they were like on FaceTime and on text. So like basically the short story is like she just wasn't giving the energy
that you needed,
that I needed. So like in person I was like very confused.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Yeah. I would date somebody long distance.
Yeah.
Maybe not 8 hours.
Like that was like literally night and day.
It was like,
it was night.
Yeah,
for you
we had
here,
like a
and it was
routine.
morning for her.
Yeah, like I'd call her on my way to work and like she's getting off work.
Yeah.
And like eating dinner and like.
For sure.
But I learned a lot about myself. It was very great. Like I wish nothing but the best for her. She's amazing. Just not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. You're like the biggest time difference I can do is someone in New York.
Yeah, that's what I I
hate you. You're like,
but you
holler out. They say New York.
I've gone from 8 hours to now 3 hours.
Yeah.
So that's progress.
Yeah, it is
that's
progress.
Big progress.
One day we'll find 0 hours.
Maybe, yeah,
the same time zone.
One day we'll be back in the pod and it'll be 0 hours. So we're making progress over here.
That is so funny.
8 to 3 is like,
I mean, 8 hours is insane. That is a whole work day. Like you're in the future. At that point.
Yeah. I was like, it's the next day.
You're literally time traveling.
I was like, so like, what's happening the next day?
Yeah.
What I miss in the world?
Yes.
It was like fitting for like what I needed in that time of my life right
for sure.
now. She was sweet. She was really, really sweet.
She's a sweetie girl.
Super sweetie, like girly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go to London and like if I went to London, I would hit her up.
Yeah.
And like I think she would hang out if she's like not pissed at me.
Like, I actually don't date girls anymore.
Yeah.
I'm straight now.
I'm like, I'm literally, that was just like a phase, you know what they say.
I know, literally. Well,
oh my God.
You know what's kind of funny is that last episode we were kind of alluding to you talking about somebody. And now
I'm single.
Yeah. Nicole literally picked her up from LAX and then brought her directly to
I'm so chaotic. I'm a chaotic lesbian. Did I do that? Absolutely.
I was like, is she gonna want to like take a shower, take a nap?
No, I picked her up from LAX and then after her flying at 11 hours and took her to dinner with Polly and our other friend Audie.
But she took it like a champ, honestly.
Yeah, I have like mad respect for her because like I was doing crazy shit that like I feel like most people like would be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And she just was a trooper.
Yeah, she was like meeting so many different people.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I was like, how are you feeling? She's like, I am tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
bro,
felt bad.
So,
I mean, I didn't feel bad.
But I mean, 3 days is like so short to fit into a fucking trip.
No, I was like, we did a lot of shit. But yeah, I do agree. Like, she left during, I think the day, got here our evening.
Yeah.
And then left our evening, got there like her afternoon.
And then she had to work the next day.
And then she's like, yeah, she was like working.
She was literally
It took her like a whole
trip.
week, mainly the whole week to like recover.
Wait, are you guys still in communication?
No.
Communication.
She did text me today. She just was texting me like football stuff.
Oh, well, you guys are just homies now.
I mean, I haven't responded.
You guys are literally just bros.
I hope so.
Yeah. You thought you were...
I thought I was going to be spending my summers in Europe.
Yeah. You thought you were a couple, but now you're just bros.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be fam. Who knows? A couple of years.
Oh
maybe you guys are like besties. Imagine.
Maybe.
Well, because you guys are very similar, like how you dress. And your aesthetic is kind of the same. I was noticing that.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are very similar. Maybe too similar.
Yeah. That's also like...
And you have a Sagittarius rising.
We're not that similar though, because she was very shy.
Okay, but she was tired, bro.
Okay, but like she couldn't look at me at dinner, so babes.
That weekend, I literally was like, I cannot legally go out. I have to stay in my house because I was feeling so mentally and emotionally and just drained, right? Like I was socially drained. And then we went to that event
You got a facial and it changed her life.
It did change my life.
She was very
My life was changed. However, I was like, this is so much. I need to fucking leave right now. Like, immediately leave. I can't even imagine how she felt. You know what I mean? And I live here and I didn't even like travel here.
Damn. I should be more empathetic.
Bro, I'm just an empath.
I know. I'm like, Dan, you're kind of an empath. And I'm literally like, what the fuck?
You're like, she's bored.
I was like, literally, we should stop talking.
She's tired.
I was like, maybe I should go home. No, but she's great. Love her. Yeah. All the buds loved her. They're like, she's super sweet. Yeah.
And like,
and chill.
And now we just have a homie
across the pond. So if we ever want to go, we should.
Like, I actually lose my number.
I know. I have a feeling she'll probably be like, fuck you. And you know what? That's fair.
I mean,
that is fair.
That was an experience.
But there was some other weird shit that was going on. Typical like gay shit with like their ex.
Oh yeah.
Crawling back into the, I don't know.
But they are already friends.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like, maybe we should talk about how, like, lesbians are always friends with their exes. If you're dating somebody new and then you're, like, besties with the ex. I never was, like, threatened by her because I was, like, they had stopped talking for a while. And so, like, it seemed very, like, amicable. And then I wasn't weirded out until she got here. And, like, her ex was, like, found me on Instagram, was watching my stories.
And then unfollowed
the girl I was dating.
Yeah.
And they're
like best friends now still.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I told her, I was like, this is kind of crazy, but I was like, I don't think your ex is over you.
Right. And like the girl was like, oh, she just said that she doesn't want to watch my
I was like, babes, I was like, she's literally jealous.
That's a jealousy.
And I'm like, so, and then she was like, yeah, like me and my ex will never get back together. And I was like, okay.
But if you're saying that, I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I think it goes one or two ways.
Yeah,
One way is...
What do you think of that?
Like, we have close friends that were dating for years and are besties now. Yes. That I know they would never get back together.
They would never.
But, you know, that's how sisterhood forms. Sometimes you gotta date them first.
The traveling pants.
Yeah. And then there's the other side of it where it's like, you guys are friends, but there's a weird, like, still like tension. That's what I mean. If someone is literally saying, I don't want to see you happy on your trip.
That's crazy.
I don't want to see you happy on
your
trip. Like, oh,
I'm pissed that you're going to LA to go see a girl. Like, that's weird,
and
you're telling me, like, she doesn't, and then she's like.
No, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. And, like, she unfollowed you. Like, she could have muted you.
Yeah.
You unfollowed because she wanted your attention. And
it's also, like, at this fucking age, keep it to yourself. Even if you're jealous and having these feelings, maybe you should sit there and digest them and be like,
we're adults. Also, everyone is like, we're all in our 30s.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not happy for somebody that's going on a trip to somebody they've never been. I cannot ever feel that emotion. I only want to be happy for people. Like, that's weird, bro.
Yeah, that was super weird.
That's so weird. But I mean, whatever. They have things to work out.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Yeah.
They have things to work out. I wish them the best.
Yeah. And you're like, I just don't want to be here for it.
I just don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
And
you shouldn't be.
Yeah. But she was something.
Yeah, she was nice.
Yeah, she was nice.
She was nice. She was cute.
She was cute.
Are you friends with any of your exes?
No.
I'm not either. I'm friends with one ex from high school, and he actually left a review on our podcast.
Wait, shut up!
And said that he just was telling everybody to listen to it.
Wait, that's actually
so
really
we're
sweet.
Homies. Yeah, we're homies. Like, it was so long ago. And I mean, yeah,
I could be friends with most of my exes, absolutely.
But that's the only one I'm friends with.
Well, like, you've dated some like crazy people, so.
But I mean,
we don't recommend you being friends with them.
I was not non-complicit in the craziness.
I know.
Now I feel like I'm like a little bit more evolved. But yeah,
that. So would you be friends with an ex?
Like an adult ex? I would
like be present day, like right now, like hypothetically, if any one of your exes like was trying to come back into your life, would you consider friendship?
If anything happened with Erica and I, and we broke up on like an amicable kind of. basis.
I'm talking about Eric.
No, I know, but I don't want to be friends with any of my other exes.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean,
why did you just say that?
There's like, I guess.
Like, you don't have one ex that was like, oh, that was like chill, cool, like
I don't want to be friends with any of my male exes.
Okay.
Because no.
No.
You already took up so much of my time.
We don't need men.
And then there are girls that I've dated that I'm like, that's different though. We talked about that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're like just basically building your gay little group of people on your phone. If I really had to be friends with the girl that I dated, like I was in an actual relationship with, like I feel like she would be a fun friend. But I just have so much trauma around her.
I feel like you're saying no. You're basically like, your face is saying no. And I can see you trying to justify the yes.
I just don't want to sit here and be like, I don't want to be a person that's like, I can't be friends with my exes, or I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm never that girl. I think like anyone that I've dated, I like till this day, like if I ran into that, like
you wish them well.
Yeah, I wish them well. I would be friends with them. I would hang out with them.
Yeah.
There's not anyone I like wouldn't really hang out with.
Yeah.
Because I'm just that girl, and I'm just friendly and cool.
I think chill. That like the people that I dated, I was in such a different place relationship wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I didn't really make very sound decisions on who I dated. And so I'm not sure that they would even like fit into my lifestyle anymore. Because like I like going out, I like hanging out with my friends, I like bopping around, like I like doing this and that. I have exes that like completely used to judge me for like things that I used to like, and
wait, shut up.
Would like constantly. This should be my number one, and it is now, but it should have been my number one red flag. Where one of my exes would like just basically be so rude about what people liked doing. Like, he would always joke, he's like, I'm an asshole to the world, but a sweetheart to my girl, or whatever. That energy
is so toxic.
It's so cringe to me. Because it's like, who do you hang out with? Do you have any friends?
No.
His only friends were from high school, bro. We're 30 now. I don't know anything about him now, but I mean, this was like, we're like 25. That was 5 years ago. That's still weird. You're not going to have any friends
also,
from your
new
life.
We don't need any more men.
Yeah. But yeah, so... I don't know,
That's
man.
crazy.
I hope they're doing well. On Peter's episode of the podcast that I guested on, the Guys That Listen podcast, I literally feel like I went the fuck in on that ex. But you know what?
I mean,
sometimes I gotta speak my truth.
Have to speak. Sometimes, the truth needs to be let out, and that's okay.
And I was like, and it's been so fucking long.
Like,
yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this,
hi.
leave a review, comment.
Oh my god, like and subscribe. I know, I'm curious of how other people feel about like being friends with their exes, and like, because there's a lot of people, I feel like I'm the one friend that would, and a lot of my friends are like very much like, no, like I just don't need, like that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah,
I guess it just depends on how you end. Like if you, and also when you dated, because if you dated when you were really young, then that's a little bit different. But if it was like an ex that just happened and you guys like broke up and it was terrible.
Yeah, there's always an exception to like the rule for sure. But
interesting. Much to think about.
Yeah, food for thought for sure.
Okay, should we get into my
so let's like what's happening in the big beautiful brain?
Oh, I mean, it looks big. It looks big, but I
want to know your intrusive thoughts.
Okay.
Tell me
Did you see that meme I posted today?
No, I haven't been on Instagram today.
Okay. Let me pull it up. It was pretty funny.
I'm screaming because Polly has just bathing suits.
I'm going to Cabo, bro.
She says bathing suits, and her first tab is literally bathing suits.
Yeah, and I just got a fucking Equinox membership, so
dude,
you're about to be sexy and hot. It says, why is it called attention deficit when I've got a surplus of the stupidest thoughts of all time? That's literally me right now.
Oh my god.
Not seen by 34 people. I'm so shadow banned from posting about Palestine. 34 people. This has been up for 3 hours. I have like 3,000
you're
followers.
Literally shadow banned.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy.
That's crazy.
Whatever. Fuck y'all. But love my 34 followers. That much
my loyal fans. hands.
Okay, so I guess we can just go.
So
there are some
what do you want
deep
to talk
cuts in
about
here. So maybe we can just go down the list.
You want to get deep.
Yeah.
We're going, okay, guys, we're getting into the mosh pit.
Yeah.
That is Polly's brain.
Okay, the first one. The absolution of choice as you grow up. Feeling like you aren't able to make your own choices, even though all the choices you've been making thus far have been your own. Okay, maybe we should table that one.
Maybe we should table that one.
That was too big brain for us.
I was like, I haven't had even enough coffee.
We're getting philosophical into this bitch.
Yeah, okay, next. Skip, please.
Okay, next one. Skip. This is exactly how it's written. Do I like codependent relationships because gay? Because gay. Because gay. I feel like we've answered this
we have talked about codependency, so skip again.
But I don't know if it's because of gay.
I think being gay and like the othering of being gay and like not having to like, I feel like every gay person's like figuring it out on their own. Yeah. And I feel like it's the one place where we like don't have instant community. Like we're just fighting demons by ourselves. Like
for so long in our life.
Like whenever you came out, like there's always like the origin story of you suppressing your gayness for a long time. So I feel like it is an individual like battle, and then once you find your people, I feel like you're just like it overflows. Right yeah, it like overflows of like emotion and like you feel seen. There's all these things and like emotional ties that like it no doubt leads to fucking codependency.
Yeah, it
like,
makes sense.
Because it's like we have the same experiences and it's like, oh my God, like, and it goes like, I feel like deeper than like racial experiences, in my opinion.
Well, it's all like intersectional.
Yeah, you know? So it's like, I feel like when I meet another gay person, I feel like, have you seen that meme where it's like the two brains? And the two, that is how I feel. That's how it is when you like are like a baby gay and you meet all these cool people and like, community and you're building community and it's just like
but it's also like in the vein of race, it's very different when I meet a white gay person.
Oh yeah, sorry, like, I feel like I talk generally and I'm like, oh, like I'm not friends with white, like I'm friends with white people, but
you're like I have a like friend.
I feel like I'm so in our bubble of like
queer POC.
And that I like forget that there's.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that there is a level of camaraderie when you think of just on the queer basis of being a person. Like, yes, our history was not written until like so, and it's still being written. Yeah. I mean, we literally were just able. We're getting rights taken
away. Also, like it's just
like exactly. Like
it's still happening.
So I agree with you 100%. 100%. And it's also like nobody really teaches you, hey, maybe have some boundaries.
Also, yeah.
Like the boundaries are what
I feel like we all like learn boundaries at such a later age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy. Like I feel like I just learned boundaries. Yeah. And I'm 30 years old.
It's like I'm so guilty of like Erica will be like, I'm just annoyed right now, like don't talk to me. And I'll be like, but that she's like that she has to get up and leave. We'll talk about this in therapy, but yeah, well, dude, we just started seeing a therapist together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm
kind
of
individual
so
therapy?
Excited. No, like a couples therapist.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, because I think a lot of people are like, wee, you're going to couples therapy, you're about to break up.
No, like, that's what people, I don't think that.
Well, that's what people normally think, I think.
I would like if I ever got married.
Yeah.
I would like we have to do couples therapy before we get married.
Totally.
And totally. It's just good to do.
Well, my personal therapist was like,
did she recommend it or something?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, she didn't recommend it. I just told her that I've been thinking about wanting to do it.
Why were you thinking about it?
So I mean, honestly, nothing for this relationship. We were just like diving into my old relationships and like where I was in therapy then. Mm-hmm. And I just used my personal therapist when I was like breaking up with or in the throes
like you
of
got
breakup.
Into like therapy.
I was already in it, but I used my entire 50 minutes to talk about my relationship with this other person. Mm-hmm. And it was never about me. Mm. And so we were just kind of recanting my experiences with old therapists. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't want to get in that
Like yeah.
And we're not headed there, but it's just more of like I want to be intentional no matter where I'm at with life in my own therapy sessions. And she recommended her colleague, and we met with them like the first, we just had like a consultation, but they're also queer. She's also queer. And
oh my gosh.
She shared that she used to live in Long Beach
before, oh my gosh.
And I'm so excited. And yeah. And my personal therapist was like, you know, I see couples therapy as kind of like an engine of a car. It's kind of like an oil change. So you're just maintaining it. Whereas a lot of people think you have to come in when the engine is exploding.
Yeah.
And that's when it's too late.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
You know? And I was like, I have PTSD from my car troubles right now.
You're like, please don't talk about car.
But I get it.
Please do not talk about a single car.
But I didn't know if like Erica wanted to like tell people that we're going to it. Or anything,
shit.
But
it's on the podcast
but she did.
now.
Well, I think we should normalize couples therapy. I know some fucking couples. Yeah. I know some couples out here that need therapy. Who? You need therapy. Who? You need therapy.
Everyone needs therapy. I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I also love that this person is queer too, because I was like asking.
Is your personal therapist queer or no?
I don't know.
Okay, I
have no idea. I only know this because of my.
Well, I feel like you'd have to have a queer therapist for couples.
Exactly, because I asked her, I was like, oh, like I just want to know your experience. Yeah. And she was like, well, I know from like lived experience because I'm queer as well, and so she's like, so you don't have to worry about like explaining things to me in terms of what it's like to be in a queer relationship. Period. You know,
that is like touchy.
Yeah. But you know what? Okay, my friend who is a therapist, they were telling me, because one time I was trying to find a new therapist because I just didn't like the one I was seeing a few years ago. And I was like, you know, I think that I want to find one that's like queer and maybe also Asian.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, they're like, yeah, for sure. But also there's like this kind of thing that happens when maybe your therapist is so close to your demographic that they start assuming things about you and they don't dive into things as much as maybe somebody who doesn't think that they know your experience does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Which I totally felt, because my last therapist, who I then found was a queer Asian woman, she, at the end of it, oh my God, I literally was so scared to go back into therapy, because she was just like, so I think we should graduate you, because I don't know if you just giving me these life updates is helping. And there'd be times, because we were on Zoom, I'm like, I'm paying you, bitch.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
We were over Zoom, and she would just be like, I'm like, are you like frozen?
You're like, hello, are you a person?
Yeah. So, I mean, back then I'm like, I shouldn't have been graduated from therapy because I was having manic episodes all the time.
Oh my God.
So, but whatever. That's okay. I hope she's doing well. Fuck that bitch. I felt like I was nervous to go back into therapy.
Dude, that's wild.
And I have been doing therapy since I was like 15.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that's a little about me. Okay, should we go to the next one?
Yeah, what else is on the list?
Oh my God, this one's, I think I wrote this when I was drunk. Using passive aggression to my favor. Every time a conservative person laughs at my joke or says something nice to me, I respond with, thanks, too bad. Fact about marginalized people.
Fact about marginalized people. In quotes.
Like, what? Anyway, we don't have to unpack that one.
Skip. I feel like I'm just gonna keep skipping every intrusive thought.
I'm telling you.
I need like a button. Skip,
I can't believe
skip.
I'm reading them out loud. I was like, I don't want to read these out loud. Okay. Life and the masochistic nature of believing it has to be tough to learn your lessons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
dude, am I like
that's like philosophical and
Socrates in this bitch?
Like, wow. Was that a like that was well done. I feel like
I probably wrote this during like Mercury retrograde or something when I was going through it.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, yeah, like I feel like it's just pretty straightforward, but yeah.
I feel that like
it's masochism. Growing up, I remember being like, I'm not going to learn the lessons that my parents told me until I go through it myself. But then I'm like, damn, why did I have to go through them myself?
No, bro. Also, it's funny because we're both earth signs.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Like, if I'm just like, yeah.
But we're also earth signs with a big fire sign.
Yeah.
Like you're
I hate being told what
rising,
to do.
I'm a Sag moon.
Yeah.
And that I think has a huge impact. As we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would say I agree like with you 100%. And I think that like I've always like also in childhood too, like I was like the rebel kid out of like I was a middle child, like I got like the grunt of the parenting stick and like all the things and like had to like fight my brothers to like and I was the only girl like so it was like I had everything stacked against me already.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
like is it worse to be queer only girl in the three siblings, or is it worse to be the queer oldest girl in the three siblings? Because like I feel like we had different plights. People.
Yeah, like
you know, like tell me your experience.
Man, it was like I felt like in my family dynamics also like I have an older brother and I have a younger brother, and my older brother was really tough on us. And then my little brother is like the baby. So he gets babied by my parents, but then when it's just the siblings, like we were all just fighting. And I'm the only girl, and so I'm like literally like fighting my brothers. Like
I was fighting for my life.
I was like,
who were your demons?
Literally, my brothers were like, it's like we were wrestling. We were like doing just like I had to be like a boy, and so which is why I'm like even surprised that my parents like were surprised that I was gay, because I'm like, look what I had to come out of the trenches. Like I had to hold my own when my parents were gone at the grocery store.
I was fist fighting.
And like I was fist fighting. We were wrestling. We were like,
dude.
Yeah, like that was like I had to like prove myself like all the time.
Yeah.
To like be accepted into like my family dynamic. Yeah. And then it's so like my crazy. Parents have also like a weird like I would say my mom is very like headstrong and like is like, I don't need a man to like whatever. So then
my
imagine
mom is so
that.
in that era right now too.
I'm just like, oh, like I don't need a man, and like so I'm like learning how to like hammer a paint like she's very like do it yourself. Like,
that's
girl.
What made me gay.
And I was like,
a hammer.
You're literally like teaching me how to hammer and hang a mirror at like 10 years old. So like what did you think was going on? Like, and I just had to like be able to like
gender norms.
Yeah, I was like, you taught me this at like when I was growing up. So what did you think was going on?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had to like and then I just had to fight for my love, like to be loved. And,
oh my God.
It was just like all odds against me.
I mean, that makes sense why you're like so sporty too, because your brothers are very sporty.
Yeah.
Your whole family.
Yeah. My parents were both athletes.
Yeah. That's
and so that mentality.
You have an athletic family.
Like, I was like, my ego is like crazy.
You were literally Mrs. Dick Sporting Goods. You're Mrs.
My
Dick.
parents like literally was like, you're gonna like play professional soccer and you're gonna go to the Olympics.
Oh my God.
And then when I didn't.
Are you still working towards that? I didn't want to assume.
my dreams have
Well, I had the dreams of going to the blah blah blah. I had the dreams of going to the Olympics too.
Yeah. I mean, you were a gymnast. Like,
dude,
you get it too. Like,
yeah. I'm the oldest of three. So, like, I completely understand the dynamic of the baby.
Yeah.
The middle child, like, my brother, he's like prototype perfect child. Like, perfect son, bro. He was like, I came out the womb, I knew I was the only son, and I really needed to fuck this shit up. In a good way.
Oh my gosh. We're the reversal.
Yeah.
Like, 2 brothers, and your brother had 2 sisters.
So, my brother is 3 years younger than me. He owns a house with his fiance. He's a person I go to whenever I need to talk about my stocks and my.
He's type A, big time.
For sure, he's a Cancer.
Wow.
And I still have to get his chart. He will not send me his fucking birth certificate. But
he's like, I can't reveal this.
Yeah, but I feel like he has either Capricorn rising too or Virgo. He got into the university in our hometown. That's a really good school. Mm-hmm. Straight out of high school, went there all 4 years, paid his whole tuition himself.
Shut up.
As a Domino's pizza driver.
How?
Delivery driver.
He was saving?
He's
definitely like Virgo. Bro,
he literally would, I mean, now I've revealed this and I'm sorry, Clay, but like he would steal money out of my parents' wallet and kept it. He didn't even spend it. He was like a squirrel with that bitch. Like literally would just shove it into his little bank and paid his way through school. He got an internship his senior year of college, started working for them right out the second that he graduated, started working for them. It's so
That's
weird.
Crazy.
And yeah. Then he never got in trouble. He never got nothing. Ever. Nothing. Where my demons were my parents. I was fist fighting my parents, bro.
I can't imagine like older.
It's like
firstborn.
If you had a choice, would you be first, second, or third in the family?
Damn.
Yeah. Everybody, each child has their own fight.
I still think like I was meant and built to be like a middle child.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I could handle being the firstborn. And I definitely am like not baby energy like ever. Yeah. Like, so that's just not an option. Yeah. So I think like I would still choose middle child.
Yeah.
The demons were manageable.
Yeah. Dude, my demons were fucking crazy.
I was like, obviously, like, me and my brother are only 2 years apart. So, like, I saw also, like, the burden of being, like, the firstborn towards him. And I'm like, I couldn't handle that. Yeah. Like, you're the start of, like, the family lineage of, like, if you fuck up, you will never live the fuck up down. And
I also feel like being people of color or like Black folks in the US, like we have it so obviously I'm not going to speak for your experience, but it seems like everybody has it so much harder in terms of what the weight that we have on our shoulders outside of fucking white people.
Yeah.
Because white people are just like, if we don't like something, we
could pivot in like 5 seconds or take it.
Or take it. Exactly. Yeah. Or we'll just take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
Like the fight. I mean, I'm sure, you know.
I feel like that's like why my brother literally has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree.
Yeah, dude. Like what?
And I feel like
trying to prove.
Yeah, I just have a bachelor's degree.
I dropped out of my master's program, so fuck that shit.
So I just like I couldn't do that. I was like I could not go to grad school.
No,
I couldn't. Oh but he had to. Like
I would not be sitting here right now if I still was in school.
Oh my God, yeah.
I would not be sitting here right now. So everybody at home, if you're listening, you should drop your master's classes and just start a podcast.
I feel like you should follow your dreams. And if your dreams are to
sit on your couch
and talk and yap.
Don't ever that dream.
Yeah, like, yeah, retweet. Do you think that you would still choose to be
I feel like, okay, so just in the lens of like, everything that's happened in my family, like my parents just got divorced a few years ago, but obviously like when there's a marriage that should be dissolved a long time ago, everybody feels the effect of that. And so I'm aware of like the shit that I had to go through because of their relationship, but I'm so hyper aware of the shit that my sister had to go through because
she's the middle, right?
No, she's the youngest. She's 10 years younger than me.
Dude,
so
that's wild.
I was already out of the house. My brother was already out of the house. And she was going through my parents kind of like right before they broke up by herself.
Dang.
Yeah.
Does she ever talk to you about it? Or like, did she ever be like, oh, I wish you were there?
Yeah. Oh my God. She'll send me our TikTok messages.
Oh God. It's like the sibling shade is so real.
No, it's not shade. It's like we've never been in a fight, my sister and I. We've never fought in our entire life. My brother and I either. We have never fought. I think it's because we had a band together because there's major things going on. Like when I was, this is an overshare, we might take this out, but when I was younger, my parents would fight like all the time, fighting all the time. I would take my brother and I would literally sit in the closet until they would stop screaming at each other. So I always had I'm going to protect you guys.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad to this day that my sister was 9 when I left the house. And I didn't get to do that for her.
Yeah.
And I'm about to start crying.
Oh my God.
But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my but my brother was there for her. But like, he's very to himself. Like, but he was there for her. And like in our TikTok messages, it's all just like, just what my sister moved away and now I'm the only person in the house, or like blah 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 blah. And like my sister would be like,
no.
these, and this is like, I have to now make sure I'm in the right headspace for like when I want to open her messages, because
it's like,
yes, because I will cry. And also it was like when my sister moved away and then she was like, I made a cave in my closet. I'm about to cry right now. That's so sad.
Oh my God. That is really sad.
It's really fucking sad.
That's sad.
And so like and it's hard because like I'm so far away from her, and she's 20 now, but like,
where does she live again? She's still in Texas?
Yeah.
But your middle brother is here in LA.
No, he's in Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the only one here. Like, from my immediate family, I'm the only one here. And
they would never like leave. Like, they plan on like staying there.
I mean, my sister's 20. My brother's also 27. Like, there's potential.
Like, yeah, they're still, yeah.
But I want my sister to move here. She's doing really well for herself. She's like taking an online bachelor program.
So she's on like a good track.
She is. But yeah, so she just had to kind of fend for herself too, which was really sad. Okay. The next one.
Ended on a high note, babes. Take a good one.
No. It's not a high note, but I do want to talk about this. On the topic of family, I kind of like how it's steered this way. False collectivism in marginalized families, keeping secrets to keep the family together.
Bitch, what? It's the way that it's so deep. Like,
these are the thoughts that I have. And online, I'm like, hee ha ha, pee pee poo poo.
You're literally like, hee ha. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Maybe
I feel like that's a long question to ask.
Let's
like a
table it.
Let's table that.
Okay. You know
what? We'll like bring this segment back though. I think this is a good little like segment to have, and like next time we'll do mine.
Yeah. And I do love that everybody knows that I'm just fucking smart. I'm smart and I'm deep.
This bitch just like wants to get deep.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you pick an easy one? Is there an easy one?
Okay, last one. Comedians being cooler when you're 30? ?
Oh my gosh.
I think it's because we're older.
And we can like appreciate it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as I'm older, like I look for comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think before, like we had a lot more like movies. We had like stoner comedies, and like that shit is like gone.
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like I look for like more comedic relief, and I like want to laugh, and I seek it out because I think it's not a part of our daily consumption anymore. Like,
speak for yourself.
Okay, well, like
I have my own stand up every day.
Send me your stand up then. Send me your stand up. Send it. I think besides like TikTok and stuff, but I think that like I think that like it's like too. TikTok is like where I go to like laugh or like find relatable content.
Well, and a lot of those people, a lot of them are moving into the like
comedy sphere.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I think a lot of people start online and then they go into.
Well, I think like it makes sense to start there and like pivot when you get big and like have the recognition and like whatever. I used to fucking hate stand-up shows. I got into comedy like literally like yesterday? When I was like today. I'm like right now. I know. Right now. I just decided I got into comedy like right now on my drive over here. As if my life is not a fucking comedy show. Clown show. I feel like I got into comedy, actually like stand-up comedy and like going to shows like only like a few years ago. Me too. So like that fucking CEO that we just talked about, how he asked me to look at Erica's photo. Oh yeah, that was weird. He made us go. He was like, I want to. Another one of the things he made you guys go to. He made us go to a Louis C.K. show. After he got canceled, you guys went to a show? Yes, it was after. What? It was like right whenever. I think it was his first show out of cancellation. And I'm like, you should. Where's there people even there? Yes, there was a lot of fucking people there. Wow. But I don't think he was on the bill.
Like, I don't think he
was like a hidden.
It was like a fucking. He was like a MMA fighter or something. It was like blah blah and friends. And so my CEO was friends with the MMA fighter and knew that Louis C.K. was going to be there. And he told everybody that it was going to, like, he was going to be there. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking go to this thing. Because you remember what he did, right?
I think so.
He pulled his penis out in front of his assistant in, like, a green room or something like that. Or an office. And jerked it off in front of her. And the entire time I'm thinking about his penis and him jerking off. Yeah. So, but I did just go to a comedy show with my dad.
Oh my god! Wait,
when
yeah.
he was here.
How was that?
A joke. It was the Sabrina Wu one. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so funny to me, and I also love that they're Chinese.
Yes.
My dad was here for Mother's Day. My dad and I, like, our relationship, we don't really talk very much, but I feel like it's getting better.
Yeah.
I feel like it's getting better.
Yeah, I meant to ask you how did it go?
So he like flew in the next day was the show, and so it was me, my dad, Erica, my aunt, and my uncle. It was funny because when we first get there, they like asked us for our names, and I never see my last name anywhere. It's Shu, like it's a Taiwanese ass last name. Like Taiwan is like a fucking tiny ass island. I don't really ever see it anywhere. But I was like one of like 30 Shus on the list.
Oh my god!
It was so funny because
oh my god.
Literally I was like, oh, it's HSU. You can't miss it. And then
she's like, actually, babes, I can. There's like 20 people on the list.
It really killed me. But Sabrina's openers were a trans woman who I thought they were funny. However, I don't really like love raunchy
comedy,
raunchy sexual jokes.
Yeah, same.
And so like her talking about like draining a man's balls of cum when my dad is sitting right next to me.
Bro,
I'm just
did
like,
your dad like need earplugs?
I talk to my dad 3 times a year. And this is one of the
this is the first time you guys are hanging out in a long time.
Yeah.
And this trans woman is talking about balls deep. That's crazy.
But it's funny because my dad, like, every time there was something funny or like whatever,
did he laugh a lot?
Oh, she so loud to where people in front of us would turn around, and I was like, I literally made eye contact with them, being like,
"You're like, that's my dad.
Be fucking nice,
like,
bro. I will fucking.
I will square up right now."
And then the other opener was this they.
Oh my god! So.
And she said that she was bisexual, but I mean, she's bisexual in the way that I think I'm bisexual.
Okay, yeah. She's bisexual in the way that our whole group is bisexual.
I'm a bisexual in theory, and I'm a lesbian in practice. But you know what? It's I mean, I'm keeping it open.
Your options are closed, babe. You're married. Very closed.
But I felt like she could be our friend. Honestly,
I
know you're listening to this her. I think her name is like Serini. You would love her. I'll show you her afterwards.
I'm like, next. Polly just set me up with a comedian.
She's cute. Oh my god, wait. Hey, if you're listening to this, she's single.
Literally stop.
Stop.
But keep going. Yeah. Unless.
I hope you guys enjoy the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, with Colby, special guest. Super cool and fun.
We're recording this in the future, so we're hoping it went well. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it's gonna be great.
We're manifesting. We're hoping it's fun.
It's gonna be great.
And Colby's great. And it's Pride, so what more can you ask for?
Exactly. And hopefully
very gay.
It's a very
We're starting the season off very gay.
Yeah. Well, this was fun.
Okay, this was beautiful, fun, gorgeous vibes.
We're calling it really quick because we have a boat to be on.
Sorry, guys. We have things to do. We're like jet setters.
Yeah.
Polly wanted to do our podcast on the boat, and I literally was like,
comment below if you want to see us on a boat, bitch.
I was like, what if the camera flies off the fucking boat?
The enclosed boat. Okay. It would have walls, but I guess we're not really gonna have like the full experience.
We'll just like
we'll vlog
what you should do is follow us on Instagram so you can see.
Yeah.
What
follow
we're up to
at Your Gay Bestie Pod.
Yeah. Spotify and Apple Music. Oh, YouTube, like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, we're really gonna try to bust down.
Why did you say that
on YouTube?
Bust out on YouTube.
Bust down.
Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.